Okay, guys, welcome back to another Mommy and Me Monday. For those of you who do not know, I'm Brii Renee, straight from the A.
And I'm the original Miss Renee, also from the A.
I like the way you getting the hang of. We got our tagline. You know, those of y'all don't know, that was my tagline that she had to just put her little original on there and steal it. But, you know, it's ours now. And here with us, shout out to everybody that is subscribing, that's watching. Thank you to everybody that's liking, commenting, and sharing. Because we growing. I see the numbers growing every week, and we cannot grow without y'all continuing to support us, listening on the audio platforms, and sharing these episodes, sharing the clips, because we just want to continue to open up the floor to have conversations like this between mothers, daughters, mothers, their sons, even you and your friends as y'all trying to navigate parenthood, motherhood, or whatever. Just even cultural topics that I feel like we don't talk enough about in our community anyway. That's what we want to continue to push the conversation forward. So thank y'all for that. And today I'm excited because we're going to have, we have another guest with us. We've been on the road with the guest, y'all. And this guest, I really wanted to bring her on because, you know, even though I'm not a mom, I still follow. I'm very intentional these days about who I follow on social media. Like, especially when I left the club, I went through and like purged my Instagram and unfollowed so many people that I had. So, you know, you just meet people, you follow them, or people you just met in passing that you follow. And I was like, ooh, my timeline was like very toxic at one point. And so I really had to like purge. And I'm very intentional about who I follow and for what reasons. Like each person that I do follow, that I do like their pictures or their content, I liked it for a reason, and these people serve a purpose in my life. And so today we have another amazing mom, and one of the reasons why I love her and follow her is because she just makes motherhood look so fun. Like, she just makes me feel like, I just feel like she's just such a great mom. And I know that Instagram, you only get to see like the good parts or the parts that you show. And I'm sure that there's so many hard parts to motherhood, but the way she moms, it's just, she's one of my favorite moms on social media. So without further ado, we got Miss Dretta in the building.
Welcome, Dretta.
Hey,
Thanks
girl.
for having me.
So excited to have you. Yeah. And I just, like I said, I've been watching you be a mom really since you had Giovanni.
For real?
Yes. I've been following you that whole time. And I just, because, you know, we
So
knew
you part of the journey for real?
Yeah. And, you know, we knew each other before that.
Yes.
Like, just from Atlanta, because you from Atlanta.
Right.
Were you born?
Yeah, born and raised. What school you went to?
I went to Tucker.
I went to Dub.
Okay. See, I lived off Cascade, but my mama was like, you got to go.
Back, continue to go where you go.
I went to elementary through high school in Tucker, even though my home high school was Mays.
Okay.
So yeah, but
Mays, that was our problem.
Yeah. But see, that's why I knew a lot of people on the west side. I knew girls already, so that's why I kind of like already, even when we grew up and like just waitressing and everything, I kind of met you through Atlanta. Atlanta is small.
That's how Atlanta is. It's
Yeah.
like we know everybody. It's like I know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might not know so much about a person, but
Right.
I know her.
Yeah, I know her. Okay,
It's
cool.
like that now. I go to places even before this podcast. People are like, hey, Miss Robinson, hey, Miss Shalita, hey. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? And be like, okay, now what do I know?
You can't keep
person from there.
Yeah,
It's like,
you
okay, I know you. Oh, I know who you are. You know, it's like, okay.
And then people
can't-
think you probably acting funny, but
I'm
when-
horrible with names.
after I had my baby, I don't know what happened or what it does. You really have to like it do something to your memory a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
It's like, what
I heard that before. It's called mom brain.
It is.
Yeah.
I be like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta bring me back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably thinking like, I gotta hurry up and get out of here. I gotta be in carpool line real. Yeah. And it happened to me often.
Yeah.
All the time. Like,
Well, yeah, it
whenever.
can't be
So
late. You know, they do charge $1 a minute once you're past that dateline.
Oh yeah.
You know?
at the No, but I love it. I love watching you. I have loved watching you like transition into a mom and just seeing the elevation of you as a woman through that. Like, I've seen you change a lot. So I wanted to talk a lot about like your journey as a mom and like what that did for you, how that changed you. Cause I think I seen you like really change. But and that's from me, the outside looking in. So I want to know, like, what do you feel like changed for you, or how did motherhood change you as a woman?
Motherhood hit me real hard, to be honest with you. It hit me really, really hard. Just to start, like, I think what made the change happen so rapid was like when I looked at my daughter and like relived my traumas as a kid.
Mm.
I don't think that we talk about it a lot or often, that when you look at your child sometimes, your childhood trauma visits you.
So just watching her or looking at her, you would see things that you had been through in your childhood.
Yes. And it's just like, I had, my mother and my father was married for years. And parenting for us was like tough love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and my daughter softened me up. She softened me up like so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a tough girl.
Yeah, like me, like that's why
I'm
I kind of knew, like we got that, and I don't know if that's the Atlanta girl energy, but we like tomboy swag kind of.
She breaks me.
You be like
down.
butter in her hands. Say me.
Oh my God, you would have thought it would be like a little boy would do that. You know what I mean, for a woman, but when I look at her, she looks so much like me, and she reminds me of me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like her personality, how sweet she is. It was the softer side of myself that I couldn't, how do I say this? Like I couldn't
couldn't connect with it.
Yeah, I couldn't connect with it.
But for me, I experienced that, not to cut you off, but what it did, it made me kick into another gear. Like I've got to teach her. I've got to make sure I teach her. I got to protect her, because if not,
this world gonna chew you up and spit you out. That's her line.
How I feel.
Yep.
When I'm mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't play the bar with money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is very expressive. I wasn't able to be as expressive because it was just a lot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But she is able to be free, She talks to me about everything, the school, her outfits, her hair. I know her favorite hairstyle, her favorite food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the mood today. Mommy, they're getting on my nerve. Like, it's all of those expressions,
mm-hmm.
and just looking at her, how she able to talk. I was not the best communicator.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that softer side of me was just really sunk in, and she just kind of like opened me up.
Yeah, and you really give her. Go ahead.
She put that woman on me.
Yeah,
she did. She really did.
I saw that though.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah,
from like people that went to school with me, male and female. Like, you got that woman on you.
Yeah,
like, yeah. She did it for me.
I really did see that, and I'm like, okay, that's what motherhood do. Add a little something on everybody, and it did you.
That
good.
razzle dazzle, it get real.
It
gets so real. And I don't know, like, I love to see other moms' mom too, because it's not no manual to this shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mom.
No, you can curse.
No,
she don't curse. So you
run in your house. I love what you said that.
It is like, a dictatorship, baby.
Yes.
But even with that, and I joke about that, but I did run my house as if it was a dictatorship. But I always, always, always allowed her to speak her piece. I never tried to cower her down or not allow her to express herself. And I used to tell all the time, people say, you let her talk. No, what you don't understand is I'd rather her be able to express herself at home so that I can help her critique herself out in the world.
Yeah.
Because I needed to prepare her for what this world was about to give her, you see. And so I think that it's important that we allow our children to express themselves. Right. Because otherwise, if you don't know if they can put two words together to carry a sentence or not.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm grateful for that, because it also showed me that anybody that can't handle me expressing myself, you don't really love me. Like, you want me to sit down and be quiet for what? Why?
That's how I feel.
Right. And you can correct me, because you always corrected me. Absolutely. When I was wrong. You could correct me, but I still can express myself through you telling me how you feel.
Absolutely.
I think it requires both. So I think that that's good that we allow, especially women, we teach our word. We are taught at an early age that we can express ourselves in a world that's always trying to get us to sit down and shut the fuck up.
And another thing, how I feel about it, when we are parenting, these are little people, right?
Yeah.
And a lady said this to me. I didn't know her from a can of paint. My daughter was like, probably like 4 months, and I was carrying her on my stomach. She came out of nowhere. I was like, that was probably like an angel from God or something. And she said to me, she just didn't even introduce herself. She said, does she get spankings? I said, well,
She said what?
Does she get spankings? Right? I said, not yet. She better be. She was just like, always think about how mad are you at the situation, before you just chastise, right? And I'm saying this to say, when I speak with my daughter about things, we talk about it. And to be honest with you, she's so comprehensive and she understands things so well. It's like, you're right, mommy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she added that calmness and that patience to me, because parenting is patience. If you don't have no patience, you're not going to survive in that parenting world, like in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Because when I look back on it, and we got in trouble a lot.
Yeah.
My mama was impatient.
So was mine.
Some of us,
Very impatient.
Some parents. I can recall my mother being impatient as well. And sometimes, it's unfortunate that we are impatient with our children, but sometimes the children kind of push you to that limit, but
Test your pay.
test it very much.
Let me ask you something. Outside of that, because I know it's a different time now. So like when you say, what causes that frustration of, to come about with parenting?
When you know that your child is capable of something and they don't give that to you, it's like frustration, hypothetically. You've just had a conversation with your kid. Your kid knows X, Y, and Z. You've gone through this. You've taught them. They understand the rules, so to speak. But damn it, they just choose to not do it for whatever reason they choose not to.
Rules in chores or just like...
Period. It can be in chores. It can be whatever. For instance.
But Mom, what if that day wasn't a better day?
It wasn't.
Some days don't be better days.
For instance, Sabrina. Okay. Go clean your room.
Go clean your room.
Go clean your room.
I ain't want to clean up nothing.
Go clean your room, Sabrina.
I did. For what?
Okay, I'm cleaning
my room.
I get that. Listen, I'm cleaning the whole house. From the time I got started, go clean your room, Sabrina.
You ain't got to come.
I'm halfway finished. Go clean your room, Sabrina. I'm completely finished. Go clean your room, Sabrina. I'm gonna. God damn it! I said, get up, go clean the room, and do it now. So those type of things.
Like, it's my house and I want to clean now.
Yeah.
Like, damn, right.
Yeah. And so it's like they do things. They know the rules. They know the boundaries, and they intentionally push the buttons.
Yeah, it's certain. I think that once they character fully is developed, though, it's certain areas where they're gonna try you at.
Right.
Like I did really good. I love school, so I ain't never had no problems with
school.
You
love school?
Oh yeah,
I love school. I still love learning to this day.
School was never an issue.
Even at work, they be like, "You such a teacher pet ass bitch." Like you always, they do. My friends be like, "You always respond to the emails. You always like," because I don't know. I like structure to a certain extent. Right. So I don't know that part, I could do what I'm supposed to do. It's the outside of that where I be fucking up at. Like it was the cleaning my room, my mouse, and then when I got old enough, my first boyfriend. I ain't had no business running behind. But
how old were you when you had your first boyfriend?
I met him. This is on in my business now, y'all. But I had met him when I was I think maybe 14 when I first met him. He was older, West Side nigga in Atlanta, and he was older. I was 14, so we talked, until I was like 15 and a half, 16, and then that's when I started to like get in trouble because that's when I started to sneak out for real. Like the first, because I was so young and he was older, he kind of waited. Like he didn't try to. We didn't foreseeing each other. It was more so like phone talking and just wanted to, when I could, because he was one of my
stage like that.
He was my homegirl's cousin. When I was yeah, so like when I would go to her house, I would see him. That's how I met him. So like I would go see him then between 14 and 16. But once I got 16, that's when I started sneaking out the house, like trying to link up. So I used to get caught with this nigga every 6 months. Take my, she'll go through my phone, see I'm talking to her, change my number. I'm fine. It's okay. I'm gonna get a new number. I'm gonna get my number. We gonna talk. We gonna get caught again. I'm gonna sneak out, snook out.
And no matter how much I said,
this nigga wouldn't shit and try to protect me. And you was right. She was right. I just didn't want to hear that. This nigga got a car and these niggas at school don't. So I want some shoes.
So your mama didn't meet you in the tunnel. My mom, I ain't never had to experience that. I ain't tried my mama.
You ain't tried?
No, ma'am.
Oh yeah, I tried her with that.
She was a very open person. I ain't try sneaking her. Nah. Not my mama.
You had good sense. Bless you.
Yeah,
Those was the only three things I tried you on though. Cleaned in my mouth and that one dude.
Mm-hmm.
After that though, after I got rid of him and you seen, this is another thing you might want to take as a mom. Once she stopped fighting me over him, it didn't even take, it was probably less than a year that nigga was gone and you never heard of it.
So you was rebellious.
For no damn reason. For no damn reason. Now, I could see a kid being rebellious and depressed and,
how you know she wasn't depressed?
She didn't know. My thinking
See, that's
was,
what we
listen,
can-
let me finish. Let me say, I could see if she felt all those things if she didn't live in a certain zip code, she didn't have certain pleasures, she didn't have certain things at her disposal. She had the choice of eating, wearing, and all these things. All these things I'm busting my ass for to keep her from having to live.
I was privileged, but that don't mean I wasn't depressed. It's a difference. Privilege don't keep you from depression. That's what's wrong with everybody right now. We think because what we got on, what we own, what we look like, what materials we have, that don't make you not be depressed.
I'm learning that now.
But back
then,
yeah.
Only somebody that needed to be goddamn depressed was me.
Because I ain't gonna hold you, Ma.
Shit. Only somebody that needed to feel some kind of way was me.
Why? Because you paying bills.
I'm the one out here busting my ass, working, sun up to sundown, to, working side jobs and hustle, trying to make sure this knucklehead, had everything that she could possibly want and need. And that, what's up? My thinking is, what the hell she got to be depressed about?
See, me, we grew up, I grew up in Overlook on Bankhead.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was a single married woman. That's another story, but I seen life a little bit different.
I saw life a little bit different too.
You know what I mean? So
my mama worked 2 jobs day and night. I grew up in the projects. We weren't privileged. By no means.
I know, so coming from that, you couldn't see how somebody who was privileged could be, but it's not about us. Back to Dretta.
Yeah, because I was going to say, hell, if been depressed as a kid, shit, I probably should have been depressed.
Real.
I think the ghetto, don't you think growing up your way was funner than mine, though?
I think it built more character.
All right. And I probably could agree to that. But go ahead.
Yeah, I just, my mom, she was very militant. I think because her mother was in the military. And she was raised like on that strong, like tough love. I had just recently told my dad, last week, like, we was raised like 30% love, 70 survivor for real.
Yeah.
And I had to, that's what happened when I look at my daughter. I always like gaze off like, wow.
You want to give her that 70% love and 30%.
Absolutely.
And you doing that though, you allow her personality to be so,
you know why?
Bold and bright.
I have this thing that I always say. My mom she was so defensive about her kids. Wonderful mother, by the way. Like my mom was straightforward. We didn't have like behavior, problems or none of that. I graduated from Douglas with I had more tassels than Beta Club on the National Honor Society. I was in co-op, cooperative education, like Hope Scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And she was really big on like education. She if she could show up, she would, but she had 3 kids and she stood in for her kids by herself. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how important it is to like show up for your children.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Physically,
Oh, yes.
mentally,
Oh,
and
yes.
emotionally.
And financially.
Show up for your children.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Show up for your children because it hits them.
Oh, yes.
And it
Whether
hit
it's
different.
now or later,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it hits your children.
Oh, yeah.
And at 33, I'll be like, wow, I didn't even realize. I remember when I had my daughter, it was probably like, she was probably like 1. And I went through a depression for sure. And
You feel like that was postpartum?
yeah, it was postpartum for sure. And just like I said, the buildup of realizing that you got trauma. You know what I mean? Like you got
Your
some trauma
own
on
stuff.
you.
Yeah.
Like damn, you don't have a baby. What the fuck? You know, I don't know. I ain't even know. I didn't know nothing about children. You know what I'm saying? I was just the auntie that pulled over the check.
You're right.
I got some shoes. I got the money. I'm on the go. You know what I mean? It's like, you really not had a baby. It set in like, I remember calling my daddy like, I didn't understand why I was resenting him. He would call my phone. I wouldn't even pick up the phone. But I don't even know why I didn't want to talk to him. And I was like, I called him one day. I was like, was you at my 12th grade graduation? She was like, no. I'm like, what? Why didn't he show up? Like, it was like stuff like that was hitting me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Amongst raising my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Little small baby, but I'm saying to myself like, damn, you really got to show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of that started hitting me like, life got to change for you.
Yep.
Oh, this not it. I mean, I know some people still, you know, they, like I said, like 2023, this year, I just found the balance. And my daughter turned 5 on the 20th of July. I really just found the balance because I was so, we got to do every step, I'm trying to like overdo my job. You know what I mean? And it was just like, I had to sit and was just like, you got to give yourself a break. You know, you got to, now it's time for you to do some healing, like from your own personal traumas, because it's deeper than you just being here and being a single mom. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you think gave you that balance this year, or help you get to that point this year?
time. You know, when they say like time heals, it does get better with time. And when I say time,
Because you had to do some self-reflecting.
I had to do some self-reflecting. I had to I journal. And I wrote this chapter called Sit in Your Shit. Like, sit in your shit was just like, digest all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, eat it, chew it, and digest it. Like, I need you to let it sink in. Like, this is life. This is your life now. This is where you at. And for all the things that made you feel inadequate, you are adequate.
Yeah.
Like, you are enough. Like, you are enough. You've done what you needed to do. You've built your village. You've accepted. You've taken accountability. Accountability. Just sit in your shit. You know what I mean? And do what you need to do to be the best version of yourself for your daughter. Because when she look at me, she literally wants to do everything that I do. And I just like, girl, you want to be me so bad. That's how we be talking.
Yeah.
She'd be like, mommy. And I'll be like, I have to sit back and think to myself, like, you got to find a purpose. Like, give her a reason to, like, I know she gazed at me for just being mommy. I love you so much, but I had to do what I needed to do for me because there were things that, you know, didn't make me feel like, not as like necessarily a woman, because I think like streets raised me. I just found my own way. And I'm like, you know, I built my own confidence once I hit the door, like it was out. But like, I had to find a way to feel for my kid. You know what I mean? Because it was tough. It was tough just going through so much, so many obstacles I had to face. You know what I mean? I was just like, I got this.
And so going through that healing and introspective of reassessing everything, like you said, your own traumas, things that you went through as a child, it kind of helped you get to the point where you like, okay, I'm healing myself for her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I had to.
What does that balance look like now, though? When you say you found that balance, like was it a schedule, or was it a mindset, or like
mindset? Mental health is very, very, very it's very effective when parenting. It is with when the traumas it get busy.
What's something that you think about, or how has your mindset different from how you know that your parents raised you?
From the way I talk to my child, I parent completely different. My mom was very aggressive, sweet but angry Black woman, because she was in a very unhealthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So being that I seen that in a way, like when I say, so back to your question, what is the balance like now? It's just doing everything with ease and taking time out, to take it step by step. She was in a very toxic relationship, and she took her frustrations out sometimes on us. You know what I mean? Like from the way she yelled, "Oh, I ain't got time to hear this today." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be 100% into my child. When Vonnie, world stop. World stop. Hold on 1 second, I gotta call you right back. Oh, I'm picking up in carpool. Let me see how my daughter day was. You know what I mean? I be in tune.
Yeah.
Nothing else comes in between that. Straight giving her my undivided attention.
Yeah.
And that part it could get tough for me too, just needing a woosah from mommy free time, you know what I mean? But that's when I go hang out with my homegirls. I need to go to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to dinner. Let's do a wait and exhale.
Yeah.
Come to my house and make tacos. That works for me.
Yeah.
That works for me. Anything that keep my stress levels down and it's not effective to how I parent. You know what I mean? Like that's a very important to parenting. Anything that's stressful, do away with it.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
That's big though. And I think that as an adult now, I have given you grace. And I think that as we grow, we have to give our mothers and our parents grace, because they only did the best that they could at what they had. And they didn't have the resources or the luxury, the tools, or even room to have conversations. Like, they wasn't talking about mental health. They weren't talking about what an unhealthy or toxic relationship looked like.
Right.
And like you said, I completely understand, because for you, I think early on, you was in a relationship you didn't want to be in, and your job was very stressful. So like you said, that anger, like, yeah, sometimes I did deserve to get my ass cussed out, but sometimes it felt like even if it was a little bit, you might go to 10 instead of going to the necessary 2. You know what I'm saying? Because you already frustrated, your anger, or you just irritated from your day or whatever you personally dealing with. So I think that we as a next generation had the luxury to be like, okay, now we having these conversations to realize how no matter what part of my life I'm in, if it is stressful, if it ain't healthy, it's gonna pour over into parenting. Because
Right.
I don't think y'all knew that.
No, I would say that it's new. We didn't. We were always in survival mode. I mean, I cannot sit back and think of a time me saying to myself, "Oh, my mental health is at issue," or "Oh,
this is toxic.
This is toxic."
Yeah, like I want to know, like the anxiousness, like as a parent, did you feel that? The overwhelming?
Oh yeah.
And how did you
how did I deal with it?
How did you deal with it?
For me, I would always,
or did you deal with it?
I dealt with it the best I knew how, which was always church. The thought of talking to somebody else
did go to church
or talk to my girlfriends or my mother or somebody. That was it.
But you know what? I ain't gonna say I didn't see you have friends, because y'all definitely had the Friday car parties and cookout. But I never seen you, like she said, the waiting to exhale moment. I ain't never seen you lean on nobody like that.
See, that's what I'm telling you. My mama didn't either.
I never
She
seen
had
you.
us. And I think that right there in itself is the reason why I respectfully deal with my personal issues behind closed doors. I seen depression. I seen all of that. And I'm like, I don't think kids deserve to see that.
You know, and I deal with, and that's true. I mean, when it got to that point, I dealt with it through my religion, behind closed doors,
on your own,
and on my own, and on my knees. I mean, my kids never saw me cry. My kids never saw me break down. My kids never saw me emotional. And I don't know, I can't say what that was good
to irritate. I knew when you was going through things about how irritable you would be.
But I never wanted my kids to see me break down like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever saw me break down. I mean, there were moments, times in life that I may have been scared. I may have been going through some things. Whatever my emotions were at the time, I just always felt like that I can't put that on my kids. My kids can't see me. They have to see me in this light. And I don't know whether that's right or wrong. I'm not here to say. I just know that it worked for me. I don't know whether that would have made her more sensitive or made her more insecure or made her frightened.
It's a lot to think about, right?
Right. Make her worry about things she shouldn't be worrying about. My thinking as a parent is the only thing she needs to worry about
is school.
That getting an education and becoming a productive person for herself, not for me, not for anybody else, but I need to make sure she can survive in this world. And everything else, she don't need to worry about my mental health, the house bills, what I'm going through, my relationship, what I feel,
I feel you on that.
In anything.
That's where my mental health tackles me. The liability of having somebody else's life in your hand for the time being is very real.
It's real.
That's honestly, I have an organization. I founded an organization and the name of it is Adequate. For all the times you feel inadequate, like you're adequate. Mm-hmm. I have to consistently tell myself like, you got this. Mm-hmm. You got this. You know what I mean?
You are enough.
You are enough. You got this. Because it gets tough. It gets so tough to, like she said, like, it's so much going through your head. And then,
am I doing the right thing?
Am I doing the right thing?
Am I making the right decision? Well, how is this going to affect her? How's this going to affect our outcome? Well, do I keep this job, even though I hate this job, but I know this job gives me the security to make sure I've got food under? I never want to put myself in a position where I can't provide for my child. And, do I do this? What sacrifices? And it's, when you're raising a child, there is so many things that you worry about, and none of the worry is about you.
Come on.
Now I can't recall. When I got into,
I mean, like, what about me?
When I met my wife that I have now, I remember her saying, "Damn, baby, you so used to being a mama. You've been putting everybody else first. How about putting yourself first now?" Mm-hmm. And I say this because when I would go to the mall and I had to get out of that mode. I go to the store. I'm trying to make sure I get the kid's shoes, the kid's socks, the kid clothes, the kid everything. I'm buying the kid everything, and I walk out with nothing.
Me.
And it's like, okay, well, the kid has everything. Well, what about me? If there's something left, I may have spent all of it on the kid, but okay, I'll get mine next time. Okay, and it's always a sacrifice.
Yeah, but you can feel, as a child, I will say as parents, like, I think that the fact that y'all worry or have any thoughts means that you're a good mom. I don't think bad moms don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you are worried or concerned means you are a good mom. So you can take that question out your mind. 2, I will say that it is very important for you to put yourself first as a mom and then pour from there, because as a child, I noticed the change in you when you decided to start putting yourself first. And it was positive. It wasn't as negative as like you would, as most parents probably are concerned about. Like when she became happy, when she got in a good relationship, when you did leave and change jobs, I'm like, damn, I kind of like my mama now. But it wasn't because I couldn't have liked you before. It's because you was so unhappy. I didn't get to see you at your best.
Man, that's honestly my motivation. I sit there and I be like, oh, hell no, I got to get dressed and do my hair. Because I remember my mom more depressed than happy. I be sitting back trying to figure out where was a moment where she was actually happy. Like, I'm like, only time it was honestly with her kids, you know. Little moments. Little moments. If we would be on the bed with her watching Lifetime and, you know, little stuff like that. Like, but it was nothing like moments. You know, when I sit back and think about it, I don't even think my mom, like, you know how you be so used to being the parent that you forget that y'all are a family? Like, I be thinking about, like, I don't even remember.
That's a word.
Yeah, that's a bar.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call her after this interview and ask her, like, do we got any pictures together, like, as a family?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I changed the narrative of just, like, having a family. You know, you can definitely be healthy and happy
As
raising a kid in a single parent household.
Yeah.
You can.
You know,
Because that took her under so bad that she couldn't even enjoy motherhood. It took her under.
I can attest to that because I saw that side of my mother growing up. My mother was so beat down and so heavy to where she tried to be happy along the way. And I don't know if it was really happy, but when she would have her moments and she would be, you know, have fun with her one and only friend, Miss Henrietta, who's passed now. They were friends for like 57 years and they would hang out. But life and raising children and being a parent was so burdensome to my mom to where I didn't see her, as you say, that happiness. And that's why when I got old enough and I was able to start doing, I made it a point to say, hey, look, I want my mama, the rest of my mama years on this earth to be happy. To be all about her. I don't want to have to have, because see, for so long, she had to worry about putting food on the table, taking care of us, making sure, you know, because like I said, my mama didn't have a 6-figure income. You know, it was barely two. It was barely 2 figures.
She was the cafeteria lady.
It was barely 2 figures. You know, so everything she got had to come back into us. And so when I got to a point in life when I said, hey, I want to do something for you. I want you to be able to do. So I enjoy showering my mama. You know, things that she would ordinarily, you know, I think the first diamond she ever got, I gave it to her. You know, I want her to be able to enjoy. And people say, well, you measure things by material. No, I don't measure things, life and love by material things.
That's your love language. That's
my mama she was never able to give herself those things. No man ever went and, I mean, I take that back. She did have a husband bought her a mink coat. Okay, but nobody ever gave her something. You know, so I understand that as a parent. And I want to, and I tell everybody, don't stress my mama out about nothing. I don't want my mama have to want for nothing. I don't want her to pay a damn cell phone bill. We go out to dinner, she be fussing me. Babe, you ain't paying nothing. Everything, you know, I want to give her everything she may have missed all those years raising all these knucklehead children.
That's a blessing. Because you know what I will say too? My mother did not have the best relationship with her mother.
My mother didn't either.
What is wrong with
my mother didn't either. My mother didn't.
Y'all,
you know, my grandma, I tell anybody.
She didn't. She did not have the best relationship with her mom. And I think that kind of like affected, because like I said, you had these kids, that trauma hit you.
Yeah.
That trauma hit you. And see, that's the thing with my organization. We want to help families through unforeseen circumstances to help you navigate and get down to dissect it. Let's get down to the bottom of it because these babies ain't asked to be here and we got a job to do. And we need the function.
Yeah.
Because without this functioning well and healthy, it's a dub for real.
Yeah.
You can't even stay focused like that. It takes you under. And I feel like that was one thing. She didn't have the best relationship with her mom. It was only 2 of them. her and her sister. They got the same mom and same daddy. And it just wasn't tight. It wasn't. It was a lot. I'm going to be honest. It was a lot of abuse in it. She really only spoke about it and said things when we would catch her in an episode. You know what I mean? In a frustrating, crying. I always seen it dark. I did. And then to make it even worse, she had a partner, her husband, and he wasn't as supportive as he could have and should have been.
You said something earlier that hit me because I know a lot of women who are going through this or have gone through this, my sister included, that just got out of it. It's like they be single moms, they be married single moms.
Yeah, I don't see it for that.
Yeah.
I don't see it for that. And I'm just saying, me personally, you know, like being in this space as a single mother, a healthy single Black mother, I honestly, I want to do it in moderation, even all the way down to like having that person to be in your life to, if they're not adding to, they taking away. And I'm talking about in a healthy space.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people feel like, oh, let me get this person to make it look like a family. No.
Yeah.
Divided, y'all still can stand together. You know what I mean? Like, that's we were speaking on co-parenting terms, but like relationship, just bringing a person in to just fake me and the family, I ain't on that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't on that shit.
You like,
ain't gonna be able to play, you're not gonna be able to play house in here.
Okay.
Right.
Nah, we ain't
You
gonna
have to really be a real partner.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who finna let somebody? I'm trying to figure out why my mama was still letting that nigga turn the keys over in her apartment. Like, yes, I'm for real. Overlook.
When did you learn that though? When did you see that or notice that? Was it young or was it when you became a mom? Like, I don't like the way my mama did that with my dad.
It started hitting me like when I was like 25.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I had got pregnant with Vonnie at 27, had her at 28. When I was like 25, I don't know, like, you know, the world just experiencing different people, different families, different environments, learning that everybody ain't mean as hell and chumping motherfuckers off. It's some people can't control their emotions and they know how to be patient. I seen impatient. I seen, you know, okay, let me say this. I don't know what everybody call their soft era, but I feel like I'm in my soft era right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like I love it here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I'm patient. I'm unbothered. My spirit don't roar on nothing that ain't equally yoked to me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all the way down to the people in the drive-thru. I be like, why you upset, boo? Versus the old Dretta be like, man, bitch, who you talking? You know what I mean? Because that was me. Like, okay, bet. Now it's like, I hope she get through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that little girl of mine, she was able to pull that part out of me that's always been in me.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really overexposed it because I had to be in that mode. Like, niggas think it's sweet. All right, bitch. You know what I mean? I had to be in that mode. But now it's like, mommy, like she told me yesterday, don't wear my hat backwards. Like, she's really a girly girl. This just random as hell. I'm thinking about that because I am tough. And she was like, I said, why can't I wear my hat backwards? And she's like, it's just like, it's like a boy, mom. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? I said, Bunny, I got swag. I can wear my stuff like this. I said, I still got a purse just like you, you know. But she's like, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, damn.
That mattered to her.
It mattered to me because I be thinking like, shit, I'm really the son my daddy never had. You know what I mean? I'm really the son my daddy never had. You know what I'm saying? I hustled. I'm very dominant. I'm strong. I ain't folded for real. I taught myself so much, like so much. You know what I'm saying? Before I call my daddy, man,
you figured it out.
What? Before I call either of my parents, I've been like outside. When I went off to college, I never went back home. It was
Keep going.
I already knew what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get out survival mode. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to have a child that you can be able to say, like, damn, I broke a generational curse. Like, I broke it.
Yep.
And I can already, like, I never knew your history, like, with your mom or your upbringing, but just hearing you talk about it now, it's like you definitely did. From what I see of your parenting, it definitely looked like you have really changed the trajectory of that for your daughter.
That's my girl. Like, my mom, right? I could call her phone right now and she on point. What's wrong? You know what I'm saying? If I could, I gotta be transparent because I'm real. Like, at my mom's big age, she still suffers from depression. And that bothers me, like, a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like she isn't able to stand in and be the best grandmother that she can be. But through my healing journey, I had to learn that you have to meet people where they are.
Absolutely.
Not where you desire them to be. And that's with any relationship.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm the one in the family. I'm very vocal. I'm going to say it. I'm going to let you know. We're going to talk about it. Like, what's up? You know what I mean? And that's one of my things. Like, I want her, if I could grant any wish, and that's to give her some healing. You know what I mean? Because it's so effective. It's very, very effective to just, like, how beautiful life can be. Like, on this borrowed time, like, I think, and you know what else I said? Another reason why I feel this, I think I kept myself so busy and so active, and I'm always moving, flying. I was just like, I couldn't even feel trauma before I had my daughter. I couldn't. I couldn't feel trauma.
You were on a mission.
I was on a mission.
But let me encourage you to continue to have those conversations with your mother, to allow her to heal. I mean, because you mentioned her not being able to be there as a grandparent because she's still dealing with her trauma. That's one of the things that motivated me or motivates me as a grandparent to be there for my grandchildren, because my grandmother was never there. My grandmother never showed up for shit I had. My grandmother, hell, I don't even think my grandmama liked us, for the most part. I
ain't even about to say. That's what I was saying. My grandma, she made nicknames of us. You know what I mean? My
grandma, I can't even remember my grandma giving me a pencil. And I don't want to say giving is always a thing, but I can't even remember coloring with my grandma. I can't remember no good times with my grandmother. But that's because my grandmama was scarred. She didn't know how to raise my mama, so she scarred my mama. And so when it got to me and I began to understand why certain things happened and why my mom was the way she was, I was bound determined to break as many of those curses as I could. So that's why it's important for me to show up at Grandparents' Day, Lord, in Jersey, even if it's at 7:30 in the morning, honey. So we just go Grandparents' Day. Lord Jesus Christ, no, I don't want to be there at 7:30. But I'm sitting there sleeping, yawning, holding on, young. Because the minute they walk in the door, my grandkids walk in the door, they looking. They want to see, right. And when they see me there, it's like my oldest granddaughter, she's like, that thumbs up, And my grandson, he comes to the door, he's like, and they waving, because it's important for parents to understand and for people to know that in order to break those generational curses, we got to do things a little differently.
Do the work.
And we don't have to, and it's okay because we don't have to be ashamed of it. Everybody's sitting back with their nose on their high horses. Oh, you, come on, be for real. Everybody, if you're black, white, purple, or green, you all had some family traumas.
Let's talk about it.
You all had some things that we can all heal from. We're just not bold enough to start talking about it.
We just now able to build that confidence to be like, I'm about to face it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to face it. This is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
And it's okay. So my journey is to be the best daughter, although I had to get to that point in life where I can sit back and say, okay, I'm going to do for you now that I can, mama. To be the best mama. It's okay. I'm going to support my daughters and my children and whatever I can do. I don't have to hustle so hard. Now to be the best grandmama I can, just to show them that, hey, we can change the world, baby.
We can.
Mhm.
One generation at a time.
Yep.
Let's do it a little differently. We don't have to live in our past, no matter how painful they are or they were. No matter how much scarring we have as a
Gotta move
result of that.
forward.
We don't have to live in that.
Yeah.
We don't have to be that, So I commend you and just keep talking to your mama. Let her know that you forgive her and you just want to make new memories now in every shape, form, or fashion you possibly can. And try to be the best mama that you can possibly be.
Because ain't no manual to this thing.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh no.
And it's a lot of
God
work.
knows.
It sounds like I ain't a mama, but it sounds like it's a whole lot of work.
But it's your instincts will kick in, baby. It ain't like you got to go read
Yeah,
a
it's
different
a
book.
natural.
It's a natural thing. It'll kick in.
That's what I always say when people be like, how you do this? Y'all got the best relationship. You don't. It's just a natural for us.
Mhm.
This what I do on the regular. Like, this what we gonna do. I'm gonna ask you, what you gonna eat?
Yeah.
You like that? Like, we literally, we honestly need time away from each other because I think we're so attached. Like, I had to tell her I wanted to come into this interview. The moment she seen me grab a bag, because I had a little bag before I got dressed. I had some I was dressed down. Why are you taking a bag? Are you going on a plane? I'm like, no. I said, I'm just taking me a bag. Well, when are you coming back? I said, by the time you wake up, I'm taking you to school in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, she's so attached to me. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, I remember I had to be the strong one. My mama had a sick child too. My little brother used to have seizures. He was epilepsy for like 13 years.
Mm.
And like, I had to remember so much. Like, when he would go into a seizure, I had to be the one to call the ambulance. I had to remember the medicine and then hold him and make sure I'm praying to make sure he stay alert. Like, it was so much going on. You know what I mean? Like, in my life that I didn't get a chance to be soft.
Yeah. Or be a kid.
Or be a kid.
Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy? I always said I've been a grown bitch for a long time. And even to now, I crack a joke to joke, but ain't shit funny for real. I gotta crack a joke, but bitch, ain't nothing funny.
Yeah.
I don't know what, you know what I mean? But if you personally know me, you know, like, I really love to laugh. Like, my humor is a natural.
Yeah.
Everybody think I'm funny, but I be dead ass for real.
Me too.
I be dead serious.
I remember I was at the bank the other day and the tellers were saying, hey, we were just talking about you, Miss Robert, we miss you. And I said, hey, you guys, I miss you too. Somehow or another, we got to talking about kids. Somebody was like, hey, I saw Brii or such thing. I said, yeah. And they said, well, I was kind of wondering, she must have been a sweet kid, blah, blah, blah. And I got to tell them, I said, my kids were those kids. You know how kids used to always talk about they threatening to run away from home and they gonna leave. And they would bust out laughing. I said, my kids were the kids. I used to wish they run away. They wouldn't fucking leave.
That's what I did one time, Brii.
My kids wouldn't leave.
One time, I got in trouble. And get what I did? I hid up under the bed. And I forgot. They went to go look for me. They thought I was gone. I fell asleep under the bed.
Under the bed. Oh, my
I was
Lord.
crying.
Looking for you. I should have did that.
I was one of them.
I wouldn't have been crying. I'd been like, hallelujah.
Mama was crying.
I would have been pissed. Like, she out here celebrating. I'm
remember. I think I had got a whipping. And afterwards, when I seen that she went back in her room, and girl, like, why we didn't even look up under the bed? But anyway, I went up under the bed and she was calling my name like, hey, Dretta.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't say nothing. I was under that bed.
Quiet.
I didn't say nothing. She told my sister, go look for her. She thought I ran away. I ain't going nowhere. What the hell I going?
Right.
I used to tell my kids, honey, if you gonna run, just let me know. You ain't got to. I will give you bus
you a
fare.
ride.
I will call you a ride. I do anything you ain't
gotta run
You
away.
ain't gotta run away. Just leave. Shit. They wouldn't leave. My kids, people are saying, when I'm scared, or such and such ran away. Shit. How do you get them to do that?
It's my motherfucking home.
Right.
It was that type of, it was just strong. Everything was strong.
I mean, that's her too. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. She was strong too.
I don't know, sis.
But then I want to talk about, like, you spoke a little bit about co-parenting. What do you feel like is your golden rules of co-parenting? Because it sounds like you're in a good space now with it. And like, how do you get to that space? And it's like, what rules or what things do you put in place to keep it in that space?
Meeting your partner where he
Mm-hmm.
he or she is at, and not where you desire to be. Taking full accountability that this my baby. Hey, we rocking and rolling.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? When I feel like everybody's situation is different, so I wouldn't like just be like, oh, you got to do this or do it like that. Everybody's situation is different,
Right.
and you just gotta give it time. Do what you need to do to be the best version of yourself. So when it's time to come together for these children, it's adequate.
Mm-hmm.
It's adequate. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. Do what you need to do for yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself for your child.
Yeah.
And it's going to mend and it's going to come together and it's going to be afloat. Anything forced, I feel like anything forced hurts.
Yeah.
Just think about
It has to come natural.
anything, it just comes natural. You know what I mean? You can't control
what anybody else got going on.
You have to just let it be what it's going to be, and it'll flow, and it'll just come through and do what he need to do.
And you know what I would say too about co-parenting, and that was something that I accepted when I broke up with my partner, her other mother, is that we've got to be adults about it. You know, if it doesn't work, that don't mean you got to bash the other parent.
Right.
You just have to and don't try to interfere, parents, with the other parent's relationship with that child.
No.
Allow them to have whatever relationship they're going to have, some good, some bad. Because at some point, the child is going to realize what that person is or isn't, or has been or hasn't been for them in their life. You ain't got to constantly beat into the child's head. Your daddy ain't shit. Your mama ain't shit. Your daddy. Don't do that.
That right.
Don't do that. Allow your child. I never interfered with her relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
With her other parent. I let them have that. Now you can testify that. Have I ever talked bad about your other parent? Did I ever say you shouldn't do this with them? You shouldn't love them. You shouldn't do. I'm out of that.
Yeah.
Regardless of what my personal feelings are, she will have her own relationship with them.
Yeah.
And then I have to step back. But see, we've got to be adults. Folks got to grow up. That's why children got to stop having children. Folks got to grow up and realize that you can't be, a parent on one hand trying to talk and teach your children right from wrong on the other hand, and then being an asshole on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't teach them, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But then they see on the opposite side, you been a bitch.
Imposter behavior.
But you feel the same way. You don't bash or talk bad about. Yeah.
It's look. And my daughter, that makes my heart smile too. Because being raised in a 2-parent household, which was very disrespectful and chaotic, my daughter see her parents in a happy space.
2 separate households.
That shit is so dope to me.
Yes.
I love it. My heart smiled.
Yeah.
She actually helped that. Like, I poured all my love and energy. Bunny is a baby version of me. Like, I'm telling you, that childhood trauma is real.
Yes.
Like, I didn't even understand. Like, my mom used to be a pole hustling son of a bitch. I used to be like, Mom, what's a pole hustler? A nigga that's hustling and still ain't got shit.
My grandma say that.
It was like,
Yo, pole hustler.
Abandonment. I'm like, what's abandonment? I knew what abandonment was like at 5.
Yeah, but
nigga abandon his bound, go off. And I knew so much shit that he was doing. And I'm like,
but why you still with him?
God damn it, that's the one. That's what made me. I said, I would never, and I meant that. I know they say never say never. I would never accept a ring from no man that has not took the time. You see that. You see it in the beginning. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, I'm sure it didn't change after the first child.
Thank you.
Damn it, you kept having them. That's why I said it runs so deep, Brii. When you have a child, you have to, when you really own that, I sit and ask myself, like, I don't even know, like, even if you don't even have a healthy dating life and you see, like, the guy, like, why you even want to have another baby?
Right.
That's one of my questions, but I don't really,
But then going back to what you just said about seeing the type of relationship your mama had with her husband, women, why do you want to have a baby by a sorry ass man who already got kids and then do shit with them?
Yeah.
And
That's
then you
so
wanna
rare.
have a baby.
And you know what?
You want to go have a baby by them, and do you think he's gonna treat you in? I can change him. You want to put all he gives you a bunch of bullshit. Then you buy into it because he's bashing the other baby mama and he's blaming her for all his fuck ups. And then you like, oh well,
I was just about to say that I don't even play that. Even when I'm dating now, like not only do I assess the type of relationship that you have with your children that you already have, if you have some, but I also look at how you talk about, treat, and interact with your baby mama. Because if you'll do that, because at one point you loved her or liked her enough to go through this and make this commitment. So now that the feeling gone, now she a bitch. Now she this, she that. You bashing her? Hell no. Because while she good with me, she good with me. But then if it's bad, you gonna treat me the same way. I don't believe in that. I agree. I feel like women do think that, you so special. Whatever you got between your legs gonna be so magical that it's gonna change him. It's like, absolutely not, ma'am. That's character.
Yes. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, girl, was she divorced my daddy? I was like, girl, yes.
Yeah.
What was you waiting on? But she waited till we got
And that was your daddy. That was your daddy or your stepdaddy. Okay.
That's my real blood daddy. My mama had 3 kids by the same man.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen her with nobody but my daddy and the guy she with now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I seen a woman and I was just like, that's a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, not to even just, girl, somebody gonna probably tell about this damn episode because she don't be knowing nothing that's going on in social. They be telling her job. But I don't care because this is something I say all the time.
Yeah.
The whole family already know what's up with me. You know what I'm saying? I just had a conversation with my daddy, reminding him of why, your reaction, well, not his reactions, but the reaction that he gets sometimes is the way it is. It was just like, because
the shit you was doing.
Did a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't know I do it now. And I'm just like, even when it comes to now, I just think that we make it a little bit more easier because we grown and we so used to like throwing it under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
But hugs and kisses weren't there. They weren't there.
Yeah.
They weren't there. And to see him now, my daddy, I say, but he married for the 3rd time. I don't know. I just got this. That's another level of,
the trauma.
When it come down to having a kid, you ain't got to fake no family.
Yeah.
Respect is what matters over anything. And it's going to be healthy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's going to be healthy. I'm not trying to and I'm not promoting, go have a baby and you ain't got to have no husband. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying when you are dating somebody, y'all proceeding with a relationship, friendship, it grows, it get thicker, y'all loving on each other. Make sure y'all both know y'all gonna take full responsibility, accountability, stand in, trust, and love, and y'all vowing in beyond
the moment.
A moment.
Yeah, that's real.
Because it get real. You know what I mean? You looking at your partner, y'all fighting and fussing every day. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't never want that for my child. I'm grateful.
You've been through that as a child.
As a child.
Right.
So to be able to be a single parent and it's healthy, we adequate.
You think you want more kids?
Oh, man. That's a good
You should have saved that for I want to know.
You know what, Brii? I think I believe I have said yes before, but then I know for sure I said no. And that's because life is so unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
Life is unpredictable. And Bonnie was definitely a baby made with love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I can pour it into her like that. You know what I mean? It's just that you just never know. You just never know. So I want to take life
as it come.
As it come. I do this in moderation. You know what I'm saying? I face it when it come. I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, I want this, I want that, and I want it laid out. I be vibing for real. Like real shit. You know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time, you invite me on a trip. don't come hit me with this itinerary.
That's me. I want a vacation. I don't want to.
Please,
okay.
I might wake up and I don't want to put no makeup on.
I don't
want to do none of that.
Yeah.
I don't even want. Listen, I want to sit by the water. I want to vibe out
and drink. That's how
I want to vibe. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's how I deal with life.
Yeah,
I take the proper steps that I need to. You know, so I'm not just saying like, "Book it, I'm out here," but
I'm just getting to that point.
Yeah, I'm just getting to that point, Mom. I am. The balance.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to that point to say, fuck it, I don't think I'm going to do much of anything today.
Yeah. Like enjoying that.
I just want to.
Good for you.
Used to be in overdrive.
Work all the goddamn time.
Then
even when you successful, I'm like, what the fuck you been working to be successful for? You ain't gonna enjoy the shit because I would have been on vacations, man.
Yeah, you know, I have been such an overachiever all my life to where I have just got to the point where I've got a girlfriend and her husband, and we started to play pickleball.
I don't even understand what pickleball is and why everybody is now playing it. But
it's just a miniature version of tennis.
Ping pong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's between ping pong and tennis.
Okay.
The court's a little bit bigger than ping pong, a little bit smaller than tennis, but you still got to hit the shit the same way. Okay. So I just played for the very first time this week. But me, my wife, and this couple, you know, my good girlfriend and her husband, we like going fishing
and playing pickleball.
And playing
I've never
pickleball.
Been fishing.
Yeah, I come fishing.
Shit, we like, you know, we like to do. We like to get on the jet ski and ride. Shit,
you ride jet skis,
girl, honey. I love riding. I love.
I don't know how to swim.
You know, we got motorcycles. You know, 3-wheelers. You know, we doing the old folks kiddie shit. We live it. We done reverted back to our young childhood.
Yeah,
we want to do shit the young folks do. That's, you know, good. And I'm like, my wife said the other day, shit, I enjoy getting up, just going to the water. I was like, okay, baby, we finna kick this thing in the over gear.
Y'all be going to Lake Lanier?
No more. We do. Yeah, you know.
No, not like our ancestors are killing.
They is sick and tired of us over there. They like niggas must die.
We used to have a spot on Lake Lanier.
We used to have a lake house out there.
Yeah, we sold it, and we got another spot now down south. And I just like going out. Girl, I got me a TV out there, got me some music out there, and I just. Look, sometimes I don't even take my boat out. Sometimes we just sit out there and eat ice cream.
That's what I'm
on the dock. For me. Yeah, we sit on the dock, honey, and fish. Sometimes we catch, sometimes we don't.
No, I was gonna say that's a good point because it brings me to For the Record, because I got a For the Record that goes with that. So at the end of each episode, we do a For the Record where you can set the record straight on anything you want to get off your chest. Maybe it's something in the comments that you want to clap back at, because she used to be clapping back on Instagram. So I told her, hey, you can't do that in the comments, but you can set the record straight right here. So, or it could be something you just want to say for the record.
So we reached that time in the episode?
Yeah, we about to do For the Record. So you can say anything you want to say. You can say, I'm going to go first. My For the Record is not to anybody else, but because For the Record, since we're talking about how hard y'all, as our parents, y'all worked and grind and everything. And I feel like I never really did get to see you enjoy yourself. And until you got to be 50, 60 years old, you know what I'm saying? Older in life. Now you just starting to enjoy yourself. For the record, I'm not waiting that long. Like, I'm doing it now. Like, and I think that's why I have dealt with a lot of, like you say, maybe mental health stuff or issues, because I felt the need to go, grind, overachieve, be the best. You know what I'm saying? And so it's to the point, but now I'm grateful that I'm in a society now where we are having these conversations. We are talking about what you need, how to pour in yourself, all those things, but I'm not waiting. I ain't a millionaire yet, but I'm finna travel like I'm one. I'm gonna eat like I'm one. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And not saying in a frivolous or irresponsible way, but in a way where I'm not just working to celebrate or live in my last day. Like, I want to enjoy life, all the moments, especially losing a friend this year who was so young, who you couldn't have told me to have another 30, 40 years of life left. I'm like, you don't never know when your time gonna be. So and I know my friend lived. Like, her birthday finna come up this next weekend. And so just getting ready to celebrate her birthday, I'm like, that baby lived all the way from traveling all over the world to having babies to, having love. Like, she did everything full. So I just want to live that full now. I'm not waiting.
Okay. Well said. What's your for the record?
For the record, I'm adequate as fuck.
Period.
There's no manual to this thing, moms, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Take it one step at a time and do this parenting shit in moderation, okay?
Yeah.
Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it overconsume you. Choose you first, because if not you, then who? Okay?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to love yourself first. I tell my baby that all the time. Love yourself first. See about you first.
Yeah.
Get up. See about you. Go brush your teeth. Go wash your face. See about you. And then you check in on other people.
Yeah,
okay?
that's big.
Your mental health is very important. Very, very, very important. Don't let it weigh on you. You know what I mean? And for the record, Adequate is on the way to the rescue.
Yeah.
To help the parents and get through this thing. You know what I mean? Like, because mental health is very, very, very strong, and it takes a toll on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to address and to acknowledge the pains and the generational pains that we've endured as people.
Yeah.
You see, there's healing in acknowledging or confronting those pains and those things that we experience, or our parents go through, and being able to sit down and talk with them about it and say, Mama, I understand as an adult why you were angry, why you were frustrated, and begin to heal behind those things, because we've got to understand and know that there are no manuals to life.
Right.
Our parents did the best that they could
With what they had.
and what they knew. We've done the best we could with what we had and what we know. And it's okay, because life is ever learning.
Mm-hmm.
It's ever evolving. It's an evolution. So it's okay. Don't feel ashamed about any of that, because we all experience it if you're being for real.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's beautiful. Now we have I Want to Know. I Want to Know is where usually it's us two, but you're here so you get to ask two. Well, we get to ask each other a question, and we have to answer honestly and truthfully. It's like usually something, hey, I always wanted to know. Like, I asked, I want to know how I feel to birth a bad bitch. Notice.
I ain't figured it out yet.
Whatever. But yeah, so you can ask either of us whatever you want to know, and we can ask whatever. Okay. Do you have something you want to know?
I'll go last. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll go. Dretta, I want to know. Oh, wait, you have something?
I was gonna say, so we all gotta ask each other something. It gotta be
Just one question.
one
You can ask
question.
me or her.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't have to be none crazy.
Because
Whatever.
I had a question for both y'all, but yeah.
Oh, no, you can ask both of us then.
No. Go ahead. You go first.
Okay. I want to know. Under the rights, or could there ever be a possibility of you having another baby, which your baby did?
Go ahead. Let me go ahead and get this shit out. Y'all.
Not saying that y'all, nothing, I'm not saying you doing nothing now, but I'm just.
No. I know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, I just think because Bonnie's so perfect.
Thank you. The reason, and you know what? The reason why I say that is because life is cool where it is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think it's just,
You like, let's just work on what we got. Because I'm like, sometimes people are like, hey, our co-parenting is so great. I love the way our kid came out, and we don't got to do nothing extra, but let's just do that for this.
Hell no. Who the fuck just signing up to do that? Who's doing that? No. No.
Okay, that's real.
I'm already on the front line. No.
Yeah. So if we get another one out of Dretta, you got to be somebody else that's coming in and sweeping her off her feet. And it'll come in the right time.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, Dretta. So
right now I'm adequate.
I want to know.
You are adequate.
I'm enough for me. I love me enough for the both.
Period.
That's me right now.
And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna forgo my I want to know because you're a guest and you got a question for both of us. So we're gonna allow you to have both of I want to knows.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay. I want to know because I hear you are IVF baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did that how do I say this?
It's no wrong way. I've heard
Right.
way worse questions. You can just spit it out.
Worse like what?
Like people have asked me all type of shit like, oh, because you a test tube baby, do you have all your fingers and toes?
No.
Literally.
No. I'm saying like, so how was life growing up without a dad?
I think because I didn't have any dad, like you know how some people got bad dads that fuck them up,
Right.
or like dads that's kind of there. Like I think I didn't really realize I was missing anything for a very, very long time until I got to probably started dating.
Okay.
My house was so balanced. Like I had,
Yeah.
it was two women, and it was so much love. It was so much structure. It was healthy in that way. So I don't really have like parental trauma.
Did you know?
I'm tell me because Black parents don't believe in talking to their children.
Right.
But I knew my mama was gay since I was 5 years old because I had an older sister and she was on the phone with a little boy. And she like, yo, my mama gay. And I was like, hey. When she got off the phone, she was like, you know how you got two mamas? Because at that time I had a
And
mama.
just flowing it.
Yeah, you see, like, you know how you got two mamas? That's not normal. Everybody else got a mama and a daddy. And I was like, nah. That's how. And I knew that I was mixed because obviously my mama dark skin, I'm light skinned. So I'm like, Mom, why I don't look like you? And she told me early on, your father is Iranian. So he's like, oh, where he at? It's like, like, you can't go over there. Like, smart ass and coming back home. Like, Black mama shit.
Yeah.
So then I didn't learn about the whole process of, I used to go through her stuff. I found the paperwork, the donor profile.
Okay.
And then I'm like, I explain this. Like with the paperwork. Like, what is this? And
What
she sat there with that laugh, just like that, laughing.
She laughed.
She laughed at me because I'm like, I know you gay. Like, why is you trying to front?
Ma, did it weigh on you? Like, how did it weigh on your mental health?
Why should never feel like I'm making my daughter live a lie?
No, I
See that part.
That's what I will say. That's the only thing that pissed me off.
Well,
because I feel like, hey, we been honest.
I felt like no. It was because at the time and the era that we were in, I thought I was protecting her and her mental health. I didn't want her to be subjected to all the bullshit,
right,
and the negativity out there in the world, and all the kids. So I wanted to make sure that I gave her everything I could give her in her own world to protect her from the bullshit. And I was prepared to have that conversation with her when I thought she was going to be a little older. But since her smart ass, nosy ass went through my stuff and found it and confronted me, and I laughed. I go, oh, hell, I'm caught. So, hey, we better know her number 75. So now we've got to have this conversation. She's got the mental capacity. You waited till it faced you. Yeah, right. She had some mental capacity to be inquisitive and wanted to know. Now it's time for her to know. And so,
but I knew already, like I said, people, and you not telling me didn't protect me from ignorance. It didn't teach me how to combat the ignorance.
Yeah.
I feel like, hey, we had them conversations because you not telling me didn't stop other people outside telling me ignorant shit. They tell me all the time, oh, you're going to be gay, right? You're going to grow up.
That's where I'm coming from, the mental health
you're going to grow up and be gay, right? And I used to be like, well, damn, I think I like Lil Bow Wow right now, but shit, I guess I'm going to like Sierra in a minute. I was waiting for the gay to kick in. You feel me? Like,
seriously, though.
I literally thought, I remember thinking it was That's So Raven. I was like, I'm looking at her and I don't feel anything. Why do they keep saying this? Like, when is it going to happen?
See, that part right there would probably have me so emotionally fucked up. I'm talking about as a parent.
But that's because she didn't talk to me about it. If she had to talk to me and tell me this, I wouldn't have been listening to the ignorance that people was telling me.
And we definitely living in a different time where you really got to talk to your kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to, because at first, I used to, one can see somebody in the store now. Mom, why you dressed like a girl like that? I'd be like, You know what's so crazy? Before I had my kid, I mean, okay, people normal. But now, like, when you have a kid, as a mother, it click up here like, I ain't even ready to talk to her about that.
Right.
That ain't even my lane.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that ain't my lane to talk.
You don't want to put that weight on her to have to deal with the ignorance of the world.
Yeah.
And try and teach her. Right now, I want to just concentrate on being a little girl, being happy, understanding with loving,
and just being a kid.
You know, waiting for Santa Claus and, you know, let's go on the East End. That's the kind of thing. Those are the things that I wanted her to concentrate on, not about, you know, my relationship or my love for somebody else and how she was conceived. And, you know, I said,
and why we gotta sexualize everything. Like, right. That. I get
so it was a lot. So I think it was harder. It wasn't hard for me to accept. It was harder for the world to accept. And because of what they said to me, it made me question more about me because of the ignorance. But as I grew and realized, okay, like, because when I was like in middle school, well, I think I was middle school, 9th grade, this girl tried to kiss me. And I damn near fought shot in the bathroom because it was like, yeah, but that's when I knew, like, okay, I don't think it's going to kick in. Like they said, it's going to kick in. You know,
shit really be going on in school.
Yeah.
So what's your question for me?
Nope.
That was the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That was your question. Like, how did you deal with it? Because I just listening to you guys, it was healthy. I'm honored because I like healthy households.
You know, and
that's my thing.
And my thing too is that
perfect. I get it. I get
that.
And
that would be perfect. But my thing was I wanted her to know more than anything else in this world that she was conceived out of love. She wasn't and I tell my kids all the time.
Say that all the time. I ain't had no mistakes. I used to be like, you gay. Who mistakenly get pregnant when you gay?
See, that was kind of abusive. Stop saying it.
You know, you were not. There were no mistakes. I purposely decided to become a parent because and she would say a little smart shit like, you paid for me, you know.
Shit like for a kid.
You was very vocal. I love that because I'm able to experience that. When I was vocal, my mom got into it.
But I see
I could say
allow Bonnie to be that way. I think that's what I connect with.
Right, because if I would say something, my mom would be like, like she'd be ready to pop it off. Like my mama was a real pop it off
and
mama.
I was the kid that was allowed to be vocal like that.
Yeah,
people would be like,
that's what made me want to be vocal.
Like that and
why you let her be disrespectful to you? I was like, well, no, I see it differently. I didn't see her as being disrespectful.
I never call my mama her name or
no, she knew that.
I knew the line.
It was yeah. So, I love that. I really do. I think that is very important to let your child be expressive.
Right. Yeah.
I do.
You got it.
My child is super expressive.
To talk. What if you would have been telling me to shut the hell up?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I never would have tapped into this talent and give.
And you do good with it too.
Oh Lord Jesus! So I did something right.
Should have let me talk.
I did something right. I allowed her to be herself, to be vocal, and I also say, hey, you know, when it came down to the things that she read, I encouraged her to read. I didn't give a damn about the fact that it was a much more mature book than what, you know, some parents would allow their children. Oh, don't let her read that. That's too advanced. That's no, motherfucker. If she can read and understand it, that's good because guess what? It helps her.
That's how I feel about my child. Let me tell you something. I walked in Barbie. I had to really monitor Barbie because
that new
Barbie and Ken. No, not the new movie. I ain't taking her to go see it. But the Barbie on YouTube. That Barbie on YouTube, you know, is advanced. Mm-hmm. But it was nothing like super though. But you know, Barbie had a baby, and Ken is, you know, her boyfriend, obviously, right?
Yeah,
Ken is a boyfriend.
Yeah,
she learned that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Giovanni learned that
from the Barbie,
and my daughter one day she was just like, "Mommy, I have a boyfriend." I said, you too young for a boyfriend. Yeah. What you need? What boyfriend? Wait a minute, hold up. I said, what you like? And she, you know, emphasized about Barbie and Ken. And I was just like, well, when you get older and become an older young lady, then we can revisit this.
Yeah.
Right now, you have friends, okay? That's your friend, okay?
Mhm.
Don't get it.
Okay.
Twisted, little mama.
Yeah. She have
Because
to
your internet auntie's riding. Okay.
And God forbid, Lord God. So she only had a conversation with me.
Right. Then she having with her daddy. No, it's gonna be a whole nother story. Okay, well, this concludes this episode of Mommy and Me. Dretta, let them know where they can follow you at and everything you got going on with Adequate so they can stay up to date.
You guys can follow me on Instagram, Dretta Starr. Both no, my Twitter is Ghetto Superstar.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a Ghetto Superstar. And follow Adequate, ADEKWIT_.
Okay.
It's the underscore, Adequate. And yeah, we got something really dope for the single parents out here who are suffering. We are here for you to provide a safe place for you to release and let go. And to remind you that you are adequate and you're not going to quit. That's our motto. Adequate, I won't quit.
Period. I love that. You know, you have our full support here.
Thank you.
Y'all. Make sure y'all follow her. Stay up to date with everything she has going on with Adequate and just being a dope mommy in these streets. And until next week, same time, same place. We love y'all. Bye.